Mike, what was your reaction this morning?
A lot of memories have been made. This line of trucks behind me at the grain elevator is a common sight during harvest.
It's the busiest school in town.
It was a soggy day for those of us in the Tri-State.
The Tri-State's News Leader.
Good morning. It's Friday.
It's a serious growing problem. Can we take a look at some of the things you bought?
Would like that pillow pad.
There was a group of employees just watching the fire, and one employee who's been there 43 years told me that it was like watching his life go up in flames. There's been a lot of tears, a lot of hugging, and a lot of people wondering where their next paycheck is going to come from. And fire crews faced a lot of challenges when they were fighting this fire this morning. The first one was that the fire crews on the north side of town were actually on another call, and the second challenge was the roof and the multiple layers that was on the roof from years and years of remodeling. And as you can see behind me, I mean, the devastation is so obvious. And even though the brick walls are still up, everything in the middle is gone and the roof has collapsed. And Natalie, I know, both of us, we've grown up with Sprouts being such an important part of Quincy. It is a family-owned restaurant owned by the McLeans of Quincy, and it has been for years and years, since 1948. The scene was completely different at 3 o'clock this morning. Take a look at this video. I was here and the crowd just rushed in and they ran for those hot items that they came in for. Clerks say the popular items include cookware, luggage, shoes, and coats. Those are the big things people are after. But now that they're coming in and saying they're tired, they're ready to go home. They've been shopping since last night. A lot of stores in Quincy did open last night around 10 o'clock, so shoppers are tired and they're going home for the day. But coming up in a few minutes, hear from the store manager about how that rush really came in earlier and how they prepare for that and what they are looking for the rest of this holiday season. And also, you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sending tweets at Lindsey_WGEM. Back to you, Natalie.
Lindsey, how's it going so far?
It's going great, Vince. For the last 41 years, families have been coming out here to Chatham Community Park to help shuck sweet corn. Now, there are 14,000 ears of sweet corn being shucked, and if you've ever shucked a large quantity of sweet corn, you know it's painstaking work, but these volunteers are pros, and actually, Tracy Formia, she is going to challenge me to see how quickly I can shuck an ear of corn, but you've been doing this a while, right, Tracy?
I have experience, 10 years.
All right, a little more experience than me, but we're going to try this anyway. All right, are you ready, Tracy?
I am.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Neck and neck.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Struggle again. Come back. Oh, no.
Ah! Oh! It was so close, but the experience obviously paid off. I need a little bit more practice, Vince, but again, the Sweet Corn Festival kicks off tomorrow night at 4:30. 5 o'clock is when the Sweet Corn Festival pageant kicks off, so it's a weekend of entertainment, so come on out here to Chatham. Live in Chatham, Lindsey Hess, ABC News, Channel 20.
The war in Afghanistan reaches a grim milestone as a 2,000th U.S. service member is killed in the 11-year conflict. Family and friends gathered at a memorial service in upstate New York to pay their respects for 29-year-old Army Sergeant First Class Daniel Metcalf. He was killed by small arms fire last Saturday while on foot patrol in Afghanistan. Sergeant Metcalf was an 11-year veteran in the United States Army and leaves behind a wife and 3 children. He will be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. Now, back on the local front, officials at one tri-state high school say their students are cramped in small classrooms and they don't have access to updated technology. So the Illini West School District in Carthage is proposing to build a $27 million facility near the current high school. For the district to get a new school, residents must vote yes for a property tax increase in November, and the state must chip in $18 million through capital investment funding. Officials say the old building is not only small, but it's not conducive to the latest technology.
Well, today was a much different day than we saw yesterday.
Sunny skies gave way to rain and clouds, but those warm temperatures did continue. When we take a look at the satellite radar, we can see those rain showers moving through the area. Also, a lot of cloud cover across central Illinois. When we zoom out, we can see the rain and thunderstorms are coming in from the south. There's a lot more rain on the way. This system developing in the west is going to move across the Midwest into our area and will bring us cooler temperatures, rain, and thunderstorms. Right now in Springfield, though, clear skies, warm temperatures at 69 degrees, a little windy, though, with winds coming out of the southeast at 17 miles per hour. Now, the high temperature today was warm at 78 degrees. But when we check out, the normal high for this year is 69 degrees. We can see we are well above average. Right now in Champaign, it is raining and the temperatures are a little cooler at 64 degrees. Wind is coming out of east-southeast at 15 miles per hour. The high today there, 78 degrees, and the normal high, 67. Again, well above average. The three things that you need to know for this week's forecast. Strong storms are likely tonight. Severe weather is possible tomorrow, and we'll see a lot of rain throughout the week. When we take a look at the futurecast, that warm front, that brought us our warm temperatures we saw all weekend long, but we can kiss that goodbye because that's moving out of the area. This cold front is coming into the Midwest, into central Illinois, will bring us cooler temperatures. That low pressure we see to the west, that's going to come into our area and bring us storms and lots of rain throughout the week. And we'll see these clouds coming in from the west, and the isobars here, that's all of these lines. When we see a lot of those, that means that it'll be very windy, and we can see gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Now, rain totals so far in central Illinois are about 1 1/3 inches. That's what we're seeing in Springfield, Decatur, and Litchfield, 1 1/4 inches in Jacksonville. The forecast tonight, 62 degrees in Springfield, mostly cloudy with winds coming out of the southeast at 15 to 20 miles per hour and gusting up to 30 miles per hour. In Champaign, just a little cooler at 59 degrees, more rain and storms with winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, high temperatures continue, 78 degrees in Springfield, mostly cloudy and more rain with winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour. You'll want to watch those umbrellas tomorrow. In Champaign, it'll be about the same at 77 degrees and with rain and storms and winds coming out of the south at 15 to 20 miles per hour and gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Now, when we take a look at the next 7 days, on Tuesday, that's when those temperatures start to drop just a little. We'll see more rain and storms, and that rain will continue throughout the week as those temperatures drop down into the high 50s. We'll see that throughout your work week. Your weekend will start clear with temperatures a little warmer at 62 degrees, and we'll get a little bit of sunshine then. But on Sunday, that rain returns. Temperatures hold steady at 62 degrees.
WGEM's Lindsey Hess digs deeper tonight in her special report, Heroin High.
I sat down with a local teenager who is hooked on heroin. Many other teens are dealing with the same addiction, but counselors say too many parents and educators have no clue about how widespread the problem has become.
I would say that a lot of kids are doing it.
This 16-year-old Hannibal girl started using heroin when she was 13. She says it's easy to get from students at school or from adults on the streets.
You got 42-year-olds selling to 16-year-old kids.
Because she's a minor and working with a counselor to fight her addiction, we won't show her face or use her real name. We'll call her Jane in this report.
One hit, instantly addicted.
Jane's battle with heroin is taking a toll on her health.
I snorted it so long that I blew the lining out of my nose. So now I can't smell anything. My skin turned a yellowish color from the heroin. I've gone to school so messed up out of my mind, and I don't know how nobody noticed.
Adolescent substance abuse counselor Brittany Hines counsels Jane and many other teen heroin addicts.
Drugs are all over in the schools.
Hines says she's frustrated by the lack of progress in addressing drugs in schools.
We've had kids buying and selling at school. We have had kids use heroin in schools. A lot of them use it before school or right after school, like if they have detention, they'll go out and get high and then they'll come back in for detention. A lot of teachers, too, is in denial that there's no drugs in their school when really there is drugs in their school.
When we contacted administrators at Hannibal High School, where Jane is a student, they were surprised to hear about an uptick of heroin use by high schoolers. But they were quick to point out that they take reports of drug use very seriously.
We are made aware that there's a possible drug transaction or drug use or alcohol use at school, the assistant principals predominantly get very involved in investigating that.
After struggling with a heroin addiction all through high school, Jane says she has hope for herself as she continues to work with her counselor.
Stay sober and make something out of myself.
Counselors say alert parents should be able to notice if their teenagers are on heroin or other drugs. Isolation, change in friends, sleeping more than usual, and mood swings are all signs of drug use. Also, listen for slang names for the drug. You can find a list of those names right now at WGEM.com. Lindsey Hess, WGEM News.
And tonight, police say they'll be more aggressive than ever when it comes to stopping dangerous drivers in school zones. WGEM's Lindsey Hess is live tonight with that story.
Matt, here at Quincy Senior High, police warn of two safety concerns. It's the busiest school in town on one of the busiest streets. And officers say if you don't obey this sign tomorrow morning, expect to be pulled over.
If you're going slow enough, you're going to be able to stop, but if you're not paying attention, it's an easy way to hit a child.
We caught up with Jenny Welder and her son Chandler as they were picking up last-minute school supplies today. They're excited about the new school year, but like most moms, Welder is always focused on her son's safety.
You worry about car drivers, everybody watching where they're going, what they're doing, and taking that extra precaution watching for the kids.
While parents are preparing to send their kids back to school tomorrow, Quincy police officers are working to keep them safe, reminding drivers to slow down in school zones.
Cops will be out. We do monitor the school zones, usually the first 2 or 3 weeks.
The speed limit in school zones is 20 miles per hour. Officer Meyer says just going 10 miles per hour over the speed limit could be enough difference to take a child's life.
If a motorist is driving 30 miles per hour, it takes approximately 70 feet to get stopped, which includes reaction time and braking distance. If you're driving 20 miles an hour, that lowers down to 38 feet.
Welder says she hopes drivers remember to be on guard, and she's glad police will be out to make sure they do.
I just think everybody needs to take that extra precaution to keep their eyes open on what the kids are doing and do the school zone speed limits.
Quincy police say if you're caught speeding through a school zone, you can be fined at least $350. Talking on your cell phone in a school zone could cost you at least $120. School zones are in effect from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. on school days. Reporting live in Quincy, Lindsey Hess, WGEM News.